Caitlin's entrance into the Women's National Basketball Association, WNBA, was nothing short of revolutionary. Her rookie season shattered viewership records, packed arenas, and thrust the league into the mainstream like never before. She brought unparalleled excitement to the game, becoming the face of the WNBA and transforming its public perception. Yet, the moment Clark was eliminated from the playoffs, the league's momentum took a sharp nosedive, and the aftermath has been painful to watch. Clark's rookie season wasn't just a win for her, it was a win for the entire WNBA. Her incredible performance generated a level of attention and anticipation that the league had long been yearning for. She was the heartbeat of the WNBA's growing popularity, drawing in fans who had never before engaged with women's basketball. Not only did her presence fill seats in arenas, but she also made WNBA games must-watch television, breaking viewership records with ease. Her influence was clear, as audiences tuned in just to watch her play and arenas buzzed with energy during her performances. Yet, after Clark's departure from the playoffs, the WNBA faced a sobering reality. Her star power had been the driving force behind much of their success. Without her, viewership plummeted, arenas grew increasingly empty, and the excitement that had once surrounded the league began to fade. Following Clark's exit from the playoffs, the WNBA quickly found itself struggling. What was supposed to be the most exciting part of the season, the playoffs turned into a series of lackluster games. The ratings dropped dramatically, arenas were half empty, and the buzz that Clark had created was nowhere to be found. Fans who had once been enthralled by Clark's performances were no longer interested, and the league struggled to regain their attention. For the WNBA, it wasn't just about losing a star player. It was about losing the driving force that kept the league relevant. Clark's influence went beyond her skills on the court. She was a cultural phenomenon who brought eyes to the WNBA in a way that no one else could. The league, which had been riding high on the Caitlin Clark effect, now had to confront the harsh reality that much of their success was directly tied to her presence. The WNBA's failure to protect and nurture its star player exacerbated the situation. Throughout the season, Clark had been the target of aggressive fouling and unnecessary physical play, yet the league turned a blind eye. By not stepping in to shield their brightest star from this treatment, the WNBA lost not only Clark, but the opportunity to keep fans invested in their product. Had the league taken steps to protect Clark, things might have turned out differently. Instead, they are now left to pick up the pieces, struggling to regain the excitement and viewership that she had brought in. Without her, the WNBA has reverted to being a niche product, unable to capture the attention of the mainstream audience that it briefly enjoyed. Caitlin Clark's departure has exposed a significant flaw in the WNBA structure, its reliance on a single star to drive its success. While the league has other talented players, it failed to promote and develop them in the way it did with Clark. As a result, when she left, there was no one ready to take up the mantle and maintain the momentum she had built. The WNBA had been growing before Clark's arrival, but her presence accelerated that growth exponentially. Now, in her absence, the league's most glaring shortcomings have been laid bare. The WNBA's infrastructure, which was supposed to carry it through the playoffs, has proven insufficient without its star. Fans have tuned out, arenas are noticeably emptier, and the excitement surrounding the games has all but vanished. As the WNBA looks to the future, it must come to terms with its over-reliance on Caitlin Clark. Her departure has left a void that the league has yet to fill, and the damage done to their reputation and viewership may be irreversible. The WNBA's failure to promote other stars and create a more sustainable system has come back to haunt them, and now they must figure out how to rebuild in her absence. The question that remains is whether the WNBA can recover from this setback. Without another player of Clark's caliber, the league will face an uphill battle to regain the attention of the fans they'd lost. The excitement that she brought to the court was unmatched, and without it, the league risks fading back into obscurity. For Caitlin Clark, however, the future looks bright. Her time in the WNBA, though short, has already cemented her legacy, and she remains one of the most valuable players in women's basketball. While the league may struggle without her, Clark's career is far from over, and her influence will continue to shape the sport for years to come.